Hello and welcome to another ASMR retro gaming session. In this video we're playing Manhunter San Francisco. This is a very old and obscure adventure game from Sierra Online, published in 1989. In other words, at the dawn of humanity. This is the continuation of the story from Manhunter, New York that I've already covered in a previous video series. Without further ado, let's start the game. Let's do a brief summary of the story from the previous game, Manhunter, New York. The year is 2004, and 2 years ago, an alien race called Orbs has invaded Earth. They have subjugated all humanity, and now everyone is working for them, one way or another. We're a manhunter, a sort of special agent. During the first game, we were sent to investigate some crimes committed against Orbs facilities. We quickly found out that there was a resistance movement that was trying to stop these orbs. We also bumped into a killer, Phil Cook, that was systematically eliminating the various members of the resistance group. In the end, we managed to thwart the nefarious plans that the orbs had for New York, but we couldn't stop Phil that got away. So, at the end of the game, we hopped on a spaceship and chased him wherever he was going. We're now in San Francisco, where our chase has abruptly ended, as we crash-landed somewhere in the city. It looks like we barely survived the landing. I think that for now I'll leave the ship parked here. I doubt anyone will try to steal it anyway. It looks like we parked on someone. Let's have a look. Oh, we have conveniently killed another manhunter. Peter Brown. I suppose we are Peter Brown now. Let's pick up his med device and have a look where he lived. Nice. He lived in Lombard Street, a fancy part of town. Well, the only thing we can do now is see what he was working on. Right, so we have a crime at the Bank of Canton in Chinatown. We have 2 suspects. They are entering the building on the side of the bank. Oh, they actually broke into the bank from the side. Now a 3rd person is coming. It looks like they might work at the bank. Right, so now they are chasing our suspects. Maybe not a good idea. And in fact, our employee has been left there, probably more dead than alive. Now the other 2 are moving north, and they reached our warehouse. Interesting. Now they seem to fight between themselves too. The person we're tracking moves away. They're going south. And they reach the ferry building. They're getting inside and go into an office. They're picking up something or depositing something. It's not really clear. Now they move away. Where to? Okay, they're not going too far away. to the Embarcadero fountain and diving into it. Now they enter into a tunnel and they stop there. Okay, let's do this again and track the second suspect. We know already what happens at the bank, so we can skip this part and see what happens at the warehouse. So here they are again, having a fight just on the front door. So now this person is moving through the crates to reach the office in the bottom left corner of the warehouse. What he's doing there will become clear later, I presume, when we visit the location. Okay, now they are leaving the warehouse. They move northwest. Okay, they reach the High Street Pier. They go left. And it looks they are entering the sewers. Interesting. I think we have to go into the sewers also in this game. Ah dear. Okay, let's have a look at the third person. But my suspicion is that this person had the worst possible outcome from that scuffle. Yeah, it looks like they're not moving. So that person is probably dead. Alright, it looks like we have already quite a few locations to visit. Let's get started. So, let's start from the beginning and go to the bank. So the main doors are locked. In fact, they entered the building on the side and they simply dug a hole into the wall. Easy. Wow, this is all a mess. An open and empty safe and another dead person. So they didn't rob the bank in the classic way, it seems. They wanted to get into this office specifically. But why? What did they take from here? What have we got? What a strange symbol. A dragon. Can we have a look at the person's face? Right, it looks like his neck was bitten. Interesting, we have two words on the door. But, vomit. We have also a piece of newspaper. Scientist creates big monkey mutant. What? Noah G creates a superhuman hybrid. That sounds really disturbing. Okay, we haven't got anything else here. Let's move on. We better have a look at the other person that was killed. Again, we have this strange symbol, this dragon. Does it mean that they are part of a group, like a secret society? Anyway, let's go to the second location. Here we are at the warehouse. Interesting. Face fillet, flash fries, finger food, popsicle. From the previous game we know that the orbs are harvesting humans to turn them into food. So I'm not surprised. We have also coarse air on the ground. The result of the scuffle, I suppose. Let's get into the warehouse. Oh, we now have the mini game. sentinels and reach the office all in one piece. Okay, we got to the office. Experimental station. No New York shipment. Can't make contact. God knows why they can't make contact with New York. I might have the answer. Nice calendar. Hopefully it's not an R-rated one. Oh, a message. Zack, me hurt. Me got it. Traitor Mick. Me at 10. It looks like it's written in blood. So now we have two names, Zack and Mick. Mick betrayed Zack and everyone else on Zack's side, it seems. So the suspect that went to the ferry building is very likely Mick then. If I find the surnames of these two persons, I might find out more about them. Also, whatever they got from the bank is with the person that entered the warehouse. Maybe that's why they fought. Mick tried to forcefully take the thing they stole from the bank. Nice, we can take the mallet now. Anything else? No, doesn't seem so. Okay, let's go back and visit the other locations. Now our suspect after the warehouse went to the pier, so let's go there. Interesting, we have some crates. Medical supplies. No, we can't do anything with the mallet. Okay, whatever. We have Alcatraz Island in the distance, so maybe this ferry is going to Alcatraz. Now the suspect went on the side and then disappeared into the sewers. Right, shall we go into the drain? These programmers really like the sewers apparently. Oh, it's dark in here. Oh, what's that? It looks very menacing and possibly not friendly at all. Yeah, I think we should have left this thing sleep, I suppose. Right? Okay, that was the wrong move. So the good news is that we don't have to go into the sewers. Hooray! Interesting though, that was a rat, a big rat. So is the person involved in this crime one of the mutants mentioned in the newspaper? The paper talked about monkey hybrids, but they look more like rat human instead. That's really disturbing. Right, anyway, the other suspect went into the ferry building. Right, the doors are locked. We can't do anything here. But our suspect managed to enter though. What do we have here? A notice. Return the viewer. Special reward. By order of the Orb Alliance. Okay, someone stole this viewer. Who did it? And what is a viewer anyway? Thinking about it, is this viewer the thing that was stolen from the bank? There's definitely something going on in this city. Who would have thought, eh? So then this person took a dive into the Embarcadero fountain. Oh yes, now I have to spin around the fountain and hopefully hit the entrance of the tunnel. Right. Well, this is one of the least annoying minigames. And now, to compensate, I have an annoying minigame instead. I have to punch these bats and rats before they bite me. Right? Okay, we made it. Me be man again someday. Right. Nice, an ID card. Stone something. The name is missing, but we have the clue from the warehouse. I bet this is Mick's red man hybrids. What happened to this one? Did he poison himself? Remedy. Well, it didn't work. Or maybe it did work as intended. Did he try to cure himself, or did he take his own life? For sure, he took this remedy from the ferry building, and that building is under strict orb control. That's where Phil has landed, by the way. So, if our suspects did steal this viewer from the bank, and Mick here is a traitor, it means he tried to bring the viewer back to the orbs, but he failed. So then he killed himself. Or maybe he was given this remedy thinking it would cure him, but instead he was punished because he failed. So many questions. Okay, let's go back and enter some names into our med device. Now, I'm fairly sure Mick Stone is one. But we have another name. The office in the bank had a name on the door. Pat Vomit. I'm pretty sure that's spelled backwards, or anyway it's mirrored. So the name of the victim is probably Tad Timov. Let's enter those names. Okay, here's Mick. Address unknown. Experiment volunteer. Right, I bet he was. Now, let's try the other. Yes, there he is. Tad Timov, head of bank security. Lives in Broadway and Columbus. Okay, we have another location to visit. Interesting neighborhood. All the essential shops are at a walking distance. How convenient. Okay, what? Is that a dog? I'm sure I have to do something. Maybe the mullet. Definitely no. Okay, we can't enter the apartment just like that. We need something to neutralize the dog apparently. Right, let's move on and we'll come back later, I suppose. So, what do we need to do? I'm not sure. Let's have a look at our apartment. Our fancy apartment. Oh, what is this? A piece of cloth. Rub jewel of heaven. Okay, that's not a cryptic message at all. Can we have a look from the window? What have we got? Koi Tower, the Transamerica Pyramid. Well, we can see that the orbs are doing here the same thing they were doing in New York. They are purifying the air and creating their own environment. Probably to make human flesh a bit more tender and juicy for them to eat. We know that from the previous game. If you're that curious, you can check it out. Short promotional message right there, in case you haven't noticed. Now, I think I missed some clues somewhere. Let's go back to the bank and have a look inside and see if I missed anything. Aha, there was a note. Greetings, fellow dragons. The R3 is the L1 to R4. That's a message to fellow dragons. So we have confirmation that the symbol on the hands of the victims is indeed the symbol of a secret society of some sort. Okay, let's move on and maybe have a look again at the cadaver down the road. Oh dear, I missed more clues. A laundry receipt. And we also have a broken fang. So the mutant that killed this person bit him on the neck and lost a fang in the process. Okay, where shall we go now? it's the end of the day. Those were the missing moves. Okay, we need to enter the suspects' names, but we know we can write whatever we want. The game doesn't check if they are correct or not. Okay, let's go home, relax, and then wait for the new assignment. As tradition, the creepy alarm clock is arriving. Interesting, the orbs over here in San Francisco have 2 eyes. Oh, a boat is burning on Pier 5. Yeah, I was saying the orbs in San Francisco have 2 eyes, but the ones in New York had only 1 eye. So there might be lesser and greater orbs. Who knows? Anyway, we have 2 suspects and they're having a fight on a boat with a 3rd person. Now the boat is set on fire and I believe the person staying on the boat is not alive anymore. Now they move away, so let's see where they're going. Okay, they go separate ways. One goes to the temple, right? Is this in Chinatown? I think this is in Chinatown, near the bank. And then they go on a pedestal, right? Alright, let's do this again and track the 2nd suspect. Now we know already what they do here, so let's skip the scene. This 2nd suspect goes further west, southwest maybe. They're entering a shop. Alright, are we following the suspect whilst they're doing their groceries? Interesting, there's someone else waiting for this person outside. They seem they are together. Very likely they know each other. Now they travel together. Where are they going? The Transamerica Pyramid. I think they're breaking in and they're taking something or someone maybe. Did they actually just kidnap someone? Now they're bringing this person to a doctor's house. Alright, wow, another suspect to track. This game is definitely more complex than the first one. So now they leave this person with the doctor. Oh, I see someone else is approaching our suspect. I have an idea on who it might be. Okay, now our suspect goes to the laundry. And they stop there. Okay, let's repeat all this for all the remaining suspects. It's going to take ages to track every single character in this story. Alright, we know suspect number 2 goes to the shop. Let's change tracker to suspect number 3 and skip forward to when they are at the doctor's house. Now our suspect 3 is going to the cable car barn. Right. What are they doing? What are those columns? They approach a column. Okay, they open a door. I think they want to get on the cable car to ride it somewhere. And there's another one of these people identified with an S. Not sure what they're doing. Oh, now someone else is entering the scene. We have an untrackable person with someone. From the previous game, we know that our friend Phil is untrackable. They seem to fight. By the looks of it, suspect 3 has just been killed by Phil and his associate. I think this time Phil has found a sidekick. Luckily, whoever is helping Phil can be tracked though. But let's do things in order. We have other suspects to track first. So let's do this all over again, and this time let's track the doctor. So we skip the boat scene, then the shop and the Transamerica pyramid. Okay, now we track the doctor and see what happens to him. It's very likely the doctor is going to do some examinations on the person that brought him. Alright, nothing happens. So let's do this again. And just to confirm, let's track the person on the boat. Yes, they do not move, so they're dead. Now, let's track instead the suspect that was with Phil at the cable car barn. Let's skip everything we can and have a look at the barn scene. Okay, so Phil is arriving with his friend. They intercept suspect 3 and very likely they kill them. Now, let's track Phil's sidekick. Interesting. They're going to the doctor. looks of it, they're taking care of both the doctor and the patient. I think Phil found the right buddy, his soulmate. Anyway, where's our suspect number 4 going now? Okay, they part ways, and Phil's best friend is going to a private club. I assume he's just staying there with the other 2 persons. Wow, I think all the tracking has been completed now. Wow, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? We have so many locations to visit, not to mention a very complicated story to unravel. So let's start from the top and go to Pier 5, where it all started with the burn boat. Okay, so we have one of these mutants that has been obviously attacked and killed. Did they put a muzzle on him? Probably to avoid being bitten. I doubt it's a fashion statement. I can pick it up. Interesting. This muzzle is giving me an idea. Oh, a missing fang and a missing finger. Wait a second. Let me try something. It is indeed a perfect fit. So this mutant was at the bank robbery on day 1. He was the one that killed the bank's employee, and then he hid in the sewers. Right. Okay, after the pier, the suspects went several places. Let's have a look at the shop. Interesting, our shopkeeper is admiring his newly acquired finger. That's the finger the mutant was missing. Something is telling me this person likes to collect a special kind of mementos or memorabilia. Okay, what's this? Try your luck. Don't have enough to get what you want. Play my game and win big. You can buy something better every time you win, but lose and you lose it all. Right, I wouldn't know what to play for. And I'm sure this is one of those things that if you play and then lose, or if you take the wrong item, that's it, you made a mistake and you can't finish the game. With a twist that you will find that out much later, when you can't progress the game beyond a certain point. Yeah, you got to love the game philosophy they had back then. Right, let's leave this place for now and come back later. Let's go to the Transamerica Pyramid. Okay, broken chain. So the suspects entered from the main door. What a brazen behavior. Interesting, there's a robot doing what? Beating up a worker or maybe a slave. Oh, we have a gun. And we can take it. Are they chasing us? No, they're not. Okay, now we have a gun. Not sure if we're going to use it, but at least we have it. Ah, nice, we can enter again. Oh, okay, we can probably save the poor slave. Yeah, we managed to free the slave. That was an easy minigame. Now I'm thinking, my med device was showing people marked S. Very likely S is for slave. So one slave was freed by the suspects, and then they met another one at the cable car barn. But why? Yes, now they have decided to lock the doors again. Not too bright these orbs, are they? I think we can stop our investigation here for now. We had quite an interesting start of the game. The plot looks way more complex than the first game, and many more things are happening at the same time. I hope you've enjoyed and that this ASMR session was useful for you. So if you liked the video, please like, subscribe or leave a comment. And I hope I can see you again for another session with Manhunter or any of the other games that I play. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.